That's how we do it, laddies. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard. That's it.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it's just
No, you do.
You lost me instantly. No.
We have to talk about it.
We're playing Pokemon, and you want to drag me by the balls right into fucking Veilguard.
I want to drag you by the Pokeballs so hard that nothing could save you from its.
Well, if you want it, I'm gonna give you the whole unhinged fucking rant if you want.
Yes. People love the rants. I rant all the time. I ramble. They must hear the truth.
So, for whoever don't know, I purchased from Bioware Veilguard Dragon Age game.
Wait, hold on. Disclaimer. Our opinions are from our own mouths. It doesn't envelop the entirety of what people think about Dragon Age Veilguard. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, all right, go on.
Yes, it does, because you know why? Those people that think that they thumbed up the game are fucking coping so hard, and I believe them, and I see it, and you know what? It's fine. You can play devil's advocate and fucking try to praise a turd disguised as a fucking cake, but to each their own. And like I said, connoisseur of Dragon Age for years, changed my life. Literally, I would have had multiple girlfriends, $1 million, but that game ruined my life, and I am really grateful for the experience, because you know why? I was rich and fucking all those bitches every day, snorting cocaine off their titties, it just wouldn't be the same that I experienced with that game. So, I paid the money, I purchased the game, I completed it, I sent it to Niko to show it, like 70 hours and 10 minutes was it, and 90% of achievements completed. I got everything that I could in a single playthrough. All the other 5 achievements that remain, I double checked on the internet and saw which ones I'm missing. These are like from multiple playthroughs, choices that you impact the majority of the whole game.
Yeah,
and then it tells you only 5 choices that actually mattered were in the game.
It's unbelievable.
So, usually it's a roleplay game, and you roleplay as a character that you create, you give them an origin story and everything, but yeah, everything is scratched, nothing is there, it's just a whole backtrack, self-insertion, using the IP for their own ass-wiping volition, or whatever you want to say, just... the views are beautiful, the scenes are nice. The thing is, the game runs so smoothly on ultra high without any crash, bug, glitch, or whatever. On that, like, the polishing of the system itself was great. But the thing is, when you look at the gaming standard, what it is right now, of games pushing the envelope really hard on what the technology can actually do, this looks like a phone game brought into a fucking PC, given a polish and spat on it, and just give it a go all rub, and just push it into the masses. There's the IP, here's the slot, consume it, or if you don't, you're a bigot. So there you go.
You're doing great so far. Keep going. I know there's so much more. You can't stop now.
I know, but you should ask some questions instead.
Okay.
I've just been yapping as
well. I like Yapper. You're a good Yapper Pokemon. Okay, let's Oh god, what's like the most atrocious thing that I've seen? Oh, so when you were playing it, were you embarrassed by like the art design they went with, because everybody thought it looked like a Pixar movie? It
did bother me for a long time, but the thing is, it paled in comparison that the writing did. It's like, when you have a flight of stairs, there's like 15 stairs that you have to go through. It felt like I went through 3 and it just went down so hard, I face flopped. So at the end, I was just like, the only thing I liked was the views. That's it. You saw the images I sent you. Those look pretty good. You can't kind of argue on that, I think.
They were pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah. And some of the cinematic stuff, great, sure, but yeah, the writing, it just made it fall down the cliff. And of course, the art direction. I think what they were setting up with the regions was great. It was okay, and it only needed that. The thing is R-rated, right? Yeah, it is R-rated.
Yeah.
Put it on the screen. Yeah, and it didn't feel like it because of the character design. I just didn't feel it. The Konari felt. There were two sides of Konari that was kind of funny. The Untom, the enemy ones, variety of mobs and ads that you had to fight. That looked like demonic, really Konari-like, you know, big horns, really deep voices, like this aggressive kind of
toxic masculinity.
civilization.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, because they were following the Kun and they were just here to invade, take, pillage, and demolish everything. But what happened, it was just the evil side and then the soy side. And the soy side had all these good fucking makeup Canary. And your companion Tash as well is just like, you look at this and you're like, Jesus Christ, it's so bad. They're just trying to give more agency to these friendly characters that you encounter, like giving them a lot more personality, looks and everything. And they do the mistake of slapping the same Sims 4 looking fucking, I don't know, character creation stuff. Just, you know, that you feel so safe, so not rugged, nothing. I mean, I get it that in Origins Ferelden, then each time from another region someone would visit, they would say, yes, Ferelden, it is charming, because it's filthy, it's disgusting, it's at the border of the Badlands where it's just constant invasions of Darkspawn barbarians or whatever, and just like, they're literally still using sticks to hold the candle lights or whatever, you know. In other places it's monstrous size coliseums of undead and other, like Navarra, yeah, and then Tevinter, the magisterium of magic and actual mages controlling a whole country, so it's crazy, yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
So, that's great. I'm just gonna catch a new P-Dove. Because this one's level 11, the other one we have is level 8. We need a better one!
Oh, we didn't... I actually been yapping so hard I didn't even notice if he actually captured a Pidgey.
Yeah, a Pidgey Dub. Let's see.
Yeah, Pidgey Dub.
Yeah, we did. I'm just gonna catch a better one. So...
I always like catching the, just a quick Pokemon insertion for all those people that actually watch for the Pokemon content we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's going really
I
great.
always catch the normal flying birds because I think it's always like a classic, you know.
Yes, you should. You should. It's always a good idea to catch a flying type.
Yeah.
And like...
Because it could be your staple for flying.
Oh, god damn it. Yes, exactly. Not all the Pokemon games have good flying starters. Like, I don't care for Mr. L. Toucan Sam off of Sun and Moon.
I agree.
But you get like a Pidgey or a Starla or Starly, yeah, the bird from Diamond and Pearl. Then you get Corviknight's first. Oh god, what is this? I can't think of the fucking.
The dopest one, the flying types, like the bird flying types, is Bravery.
Yeah,
the American bird.
Rufflet, yeah, Rufflet's great.
Yep.
I don't know if he's like in a starter zone, like in this game, but
nope, nope. He's like the Skarmory Starry, you know, the vulture Pokemon from Gen 1. What's it called?
Oh god.
Skarmory. No, Skarmory is the iron one from Gen 2.
Aerodactyl?
No,
Pidgeot?
That's too old.
He's too
I could
old.
Google that. Yeah. Squirrel? No?
Firo?
Firo, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Firo.
I'm gonna name this bird Too Old. Too Old.
Too old? So what was your Dragon Age question? Yes.
Alright. Okay. What is one thing you actually liked about the game? It doesn't. It can be anything. Who cares?
The views. That's it.
Okay. All right.
I could say, like, if you want me to go specific and finding and digging up from this pile of trash what I actually like, I think some of the ending was pretty tight in some of the last missions of the characters that you assist to, you know, get the loyalty missions done. But everything else just felt really bad. It felt like it was definitely a live service game made for multiplayer that got converted into single player. And the development cycle was like it was like 9 or 10 years. 9, I think.
It was an insane amount. That's because that game was put on the back burner for so long. It's ridiculous.
Yep. And sleeping on this IP was really like their downfall for sure, because they could have kept it like this like little golden child of trying something new and pushing the envelope for a different direction, what Origins did. Then they switched it with the Dragon Age 2, and what they did with Dragon Age Inquisition, they just combined the both to like making this kind of open world tactical and action orientated spellcasting. I liked Inquisition's combat kind of actually so much that at the end of the day I did a lot of the end game stuff and a lot of the achievement hunting and extra content, you know.
Yeah.
Despite the fact everyone says like, oh, just remember Hinterlands, it was so big and everything. Yes, true. I agree. Huge. Sure, but
nowadays
maybe it's Stockholm syndrome or whatever. But what I was trying to say, what I liked is like the ending few sequences and the views, and that's pretty much it. The combat was yeah. Yes, go ahead.
You know, Inquisition. Yeah, the Hinterlands is big, but that's the thing though. Did Dragon Age have to go open world? Yeah, it could have, but it really didn't need to, because it could have been like Dragon Age Origins, which it was just, in my opinion, perfectly designed on how they did it. It was really fucking sweet. Like you can do what Dragon Age Origins did, like have the map, and you know Inquisition did that. They had the map, you pick where you want to go, and then you explore that zone. But the Hinterlands is I think how they handcrafted the Hinterlands is great. I think it might be a little too big for its own good, but it wouldn't be so bad if it didn't have so many useless missions you do, you know? So this is what you do in Dragon Age Inquisition. If you play it through once, you want to do everything, right? Which is like a cautionary tale in itself. But if you go through a second time or a third time, just because you do have to explore these big zones to go to the main missions. They want you to get those points, right, for the war assets.
You need to do a lot of the grinding inside the hinterlands themselves once you arrive.
But it's like
once you even discover the new zones, you actually still kind of draw back to the old one to finish up some of the errands or anything that you have, because they give a lot of these power or whatever thing.
Like it's busy work at times. And I can understand that people don't want to keep shutting those fade rifts constantly. But, you know, I actually think those are kind of fun. Are there too many of them? Probably. But they're like the easiest way to get war asset points because they don't take that long. But, yes, Hinterlands and a lot of other zones in Inquisition have really pointless quests. So it makes it seem like the depth of those areas are kind of lacking.
Even Hinterlands were not that bad for me, or any other kind of zones, but the ones I really despised were the desert ones. Yeah, the desert ones, though, the early grinds, whatever, were so dreadful. I was just like, dude, I hate this. I'm just running through here, just trying to solve this shit. I'm just spamming the middle mouse button for the scan option to pick something up.
Yeah.
And then, at the end, okay, since you've done all the steps required, here's a massive dragon that's gonna appear in this desert place and you have to kill it. I was like, okay, that's cool, awesome, I'm in it. And the other one, you're just also doing the same thing. Okay, there's this deity dragon as well that's been orchestrating, almost like telekinetically speaking to some of these people for tribute and shit like that. And you're like invested, like, okay, this like a dragon from evil times or any kind of fantasy setting that is like taking the princess or like harassing the people. And that was the dragon from the in Inquisition when you're going to the Badlands, like to the border.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck.
Like exactly, it's like this. You get to his arena. It's like a giant ice fortress that he made himself. Once you kill him, the rewards were great. You're also like looking into the loot. What also fucked it up in this game, like in Veilguard, the loot was so boring, dude. I actually got a second sword, and I picked it up. I equipped it, and I saw I did like the fire damage, and I looked at the skill tree, and I noticed fire damage is broken, and I was just like, okay, that's the only thing I gotta upgrade or do anything to.
Oh god, yeah. Well, yeah, the loot can be so shitty in Inquisition, but when you do find some really good stuff, you're like, okay, this is cool. I would spend hours in my keep in the stronghold, whatever, the headquarters, just upgrading my stuff for like hours, like doing the cosmetic version of them, and then finding all the different schematics, like for the swords, the armors and stuff, because there was a lot of schematics you could find in that game, and it was cool because every character had their own like kinds of outfits and stuff specialized for them, so I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I was gonna say, while you were talking about the dragons, like, oh, okay, so you gotta get through the thickness or the grind or the tedium, but then the payoff in the end is so worth it. You get a big dragon, or you get to do a mission with low gain or something by going in the fade or something crazy like shit like that. So for every 5 useless quests in Dragon Age Inquisition is followed up quickly by like epic dragon or fade climactic battles, or taking out blood mages or blood templars. It's fucking sick. Like there's like it's weird. There's like this really fucking weird balance in the game. But dude, it's so great when you're exploring all of the hinterlands and you manage to stumble upon one of like the dragons that are just, they're like, hey, I'm a dragon, I'm just in this area, thanks for finding me, now you gotta fucking fight me, and I'm like one of the strongest creatures in this game. And it's such an epic fucking feeling to find a random dragon out in the wilderness. I don't know. The game definitely has a lot of highs. I say a lot more highs than lows.
True. I didn't like much of the story of Inquisition, but I was just kind of... What they kept true is just like building up the lore of Thedas, which I really enjoy. I'm just drawing myself into. So
that's the thing. Okay, so it's a game that was made with the Frostbite engine, so it already had a lot of issues to begin with. So that's not BioWare's fault, right? So at least BioWare didn't spit on the legacy of what it created, right? It didn't fucking have like these conversations that are talking about pronouns and all this crap. Like they try to make a dark Dragon Age game. You know, if it wasn't good.
You mean for Inquisition, right?
Yeah.
I hope you mean for Inquisition.
Yeah, Inquisition.
Because Veilguard had nothing like that. Veilguard completely took the past and everything, and these people, and they just threw it down the ground, spat on it, stepped over it, spread their pants, fucking legs, drew their pants down, and just shat on it so hard. You know, what's the funny part? The only reference thing I found, because I actually spend my time not streaming the game, actually at twitch.com/Pesticon. You can see.
Oh my god, you fucking asshole.
Whatever. Stream.
Your link's gonna be in the description.
Stream Veilguard.
Anyway. Yeah.
And the thing is, the only thing I found from the past and related like to Origins, specifically Origins, was a chalice that you can interact with in Wipeout. It's the Weishaupt. It's the Warden capital, and it's big. It's amazing. I mean, it's like the actual capital where you start the game from. I mean, in Origins, the guy that came from the capital is like from Weishaupt and brings you into the joint and makes you the Grand Warden.
Duncan! Don't you forget Duncan's name. That voice actor died this year.
I would never forget Duncan's fucking
Donuts.
name.
And you know what, folks? We'll continue more ranting about Dragon Age on the next one, okay? That's all we're going to talk about. There's no Pokemon talk. It's just dunking on Duncan. I mean, props with Duncan. Bye.